All right, here's the next thing. Limited tort versus full tort. This is one of my, we have these inside jokes in the personal injury arena. So many people call it torque. I'll go, what do you have in your coverage? They'll say, I have full torque. I don't know why people say that. And a lot of people assume they get it because this is the other thing I hear. They sit across the table from me and I say, so tell me, how's your auto insurance? I went to my agent, he's a great guy, and he made sure I have full coverage. Anyone do that with your agent? I want full coverage. But what does full coverage mean? What does it mean? Well, do they tell you when you talk to your agent about auto insurance the difference between limited tort and full tort and what they are? Well, I'm going to tell you today. Full tort means that if you are injured in an accident, you are entitled to recover damages for pain and suffering no matter how minor your injury is. If I broke my fingernail, theoretically, now I wouldn't take on a case with a broken fingernail, but theoretically, you had a right to make a claim for pain and suffering. Okay? However, generally speaking, if you pick limited tort, you can only make a claim for pain and suffering if you suffer a serious impairment of a body function or serious bodily disfigurement. So what the heck does that mean, right? That's the problem. What is a serious impairment of a body function? Well, it's up to a jury to decide. And it generally means what it says. If you have an injury, you break your leg, all right? It's not one that needs surgery, and you're back to work in 6 weeks, and you're hunky-dory. You still broke your leg, all right? It was still a very painful injury. Does that meet the definition of a serious impairment of a body function? You don't know. And there's nothing worse in a case than proving it was the other party's fault and proving that the other party, because of its negligence, caused me pain and suffering, and you still lose. You don't get anything because you picked limited tort. Now, there are exceptions to limited tort. Now, I always say, you never want to count on the exception. All right? You never want to hope that, oh, guess what? Is the driver that hit me from New Jersey? Yes, I've got full tort, right? That's an exception, right? The exceptions are death, as I told you, permanent serious disfigurement, serious impairment of a body function. If they have get convicted of DUI or even get ARD, that's an exception. If the defendant's vehicle is registered in a state other than Pennsylvania, if you are not occupying a private passenger motor vehicle such that does not have four wheels, that is a rental or that is owned by a business entity that is not a sole proprietorship. Now, there's a mouthful right there. The legislature makes me laugh sometimes, how they come up with these exceptions to things. My favorite one is the vehicle that does not have four wheels. So wait a minute. So we'll show them a vehicle that doesn't have four wheels. That truck has two tires on the back. So if the guy who hits you or the lady who hits you has that truck with the two tires on the back, even though you have limited tort, you have full tort rights. Now, do you want to go around driving looking for the driver who's got the two wheels on the back and hope if that woman is going to hit me, let it be them? No, of course not. That's why I always tell people you want to go with full tort if you can. Go, Will. There are some other, if you're a pedestrian riding a bike or on a motorcycle, you have full tort rights at all times. If you did not sign the selection form, which is rare because you have to sign a form in order to choose limited tort, and if the defendant did not maintain automobile insurance, but that's also a limited exception.